This is our set of test variables without partial discharge. Introduce the components of each part. This is our console. This is our isolation transformer. This is our partial discharge instrument. This is our experimental variation. Protect the resistor and capacitor voltage divider. Let me introduce the wiring, power input. The power output is connected to our isolation transformer. The output at the other end of the isolation transformer is connected to our experimental transformer. Then we have a capacitor voltage divider. The high voltage signal is connected to the test subject. Okay, let's take a look at the detailed grounding again. Okay, let's introduce the wiring of the low voltage terminal below. Regarding grounding, the test subject is grounded. Test variable grounding. We have a 1 to 4 grounding wire. Change the partial discharge instrument experiment and capacitor voltage dividers. The 4 grounding points of the test subject form a circuit and are connected to the Earth's grid. Okay, let's introduce the collected signals of the partial discharge instrument. We have an output from the capacitor voltage divider. Connect to the primary end of the main listing. Then the end of the primary is connected to the. Connect the test subject. The test subject is grounded. It's just such a connection process. Okay, let's test the partial discharge experiment. The first step is to turn on the experimental transformer switch. Start. Rotational boost. Okay, let's raise it to 6000 volts. Take a look at the current release volume of the test subject we are racking. It is displayed on the partial discharge instrument. Now we can see the local release volume of our test subject. Display here. This shows the partial discharge value of 127 pC. When we rotate to reduce the pressure, we must do it slowly. Don't come down quickly. Rotate slowly. Then click stop. Be sure to pay close attention to the voltage during the process of voltage increase. The variations of high voltage current and low voltage current. If any abnormality occurs, press the stop button immediately. After the experiment, we discharged the high voltage discharge rod for 1 minute. The experiment was over. Let's conduct a 100 kV airlift experiment. Closing and starting. Okay, let's raise it by 55 kV. Now our safety distance is limited. It can only be raised by 55 kV for demonstration first. Here we have high voltage and high current. Secondary current output. When we are rising towards high pressure, a distinct hissing discharge sound can be heard. Let's pay attention to observing the surrounding environment. Okay, now it's a high voltage of 100 kilovolts. The 1-minute timer begins. Okay, time is over. Rotate slowly to reduce the pressure. Turn off the timer. Click Stop. The experiment is over.